It's Tuesday, July 18th, and this is my fourth day in the 100-mile wilderness, and today's the day that we are supposed to meet with the Shaw Hiker Hostel food drop that we have arranged. We're meeting at Joe Mary Road, which is a place that they meet hikers, and we had put some food in a 5-gallon bucket, and they're going to meet us there with our buckets. So that's the main thing on the agenda. It's about 12 miles to Joe Mary Road, and I've got about 7 hours to make it there. So doing 2 miles per hour, I'll have an hour to spare, but I don't always make 2 miles per hour through here. As you can see how rough this terrain is, you can't just open up and just walk hard. Got roots to step over and rocks to step around, and just things slow you up some. And then there are times when it does straighten out for a few minutes, and then you can make good time. So right off the bat, we had a river crossing, so our feet are nice and sloshy and wet. Mine are anyway. Splash has a pair of water shoes that he changes into sometimes when we have water crossings. I thought about carrying a pair of water shoes, but I just didn't think the extra weight would be worth it. The mosquitoes are horrible here. I'm just getting eaten alive with them. I do have some 100% DEET, and it helps. But so after we pick our food up from Shaw's, whoever's driving for Shaw's today, we have another 4 miles to hike to the Antlers campsite. But by the end of the day today, we will be more than halfway through the 100-mile wilderness. Actually, about right now, we're halfway through it. So there's a possibility we may walk out at the end of the 6th day, or we have a campsite picked out that's about 3.5 miles before the end to keep from that last day being a real high miles day. So we'll decide what we want to do about that. Our plan is to get a hostel in Millinocket to pick us up and shuttle us into Millinocket when we do come out of the 100-mile wilderness. I'm doing a little bit of climbing right now, but for all practical purposes, yesterday we really climbed our last big mountain until Katahdin. So that's sort of a good feeling. Once I get over this mountain here that I'm going up, which isn't huge, it's about all flat walking. I mean, there's still obstacles and roots and trees and stumps and rocks, but no uphill hardly at all till I get to Katahdin. So this is about all the talking I want to do right now. And I'm going to get off here, and if I can take pictures later, I will. I thought I would record a few more minutes while it's quiet and I'm alone and I'm not having to strain climbing, which we just climbed over, I think, the last 2,000 foot peak now, and it's pretty much the next time I'll be at that elevation, it'll be climbing up Mount Katahdin. And I told you that yesterday. We climbed over some mountains yesterday. They were 3,000. One of them was 3,000 foot or above 3,000. But this one was right at 2,000 and coming down off of it now. And to my understanding, there are no more climbs until we get to Katahdin. So it's this is pretty nice walking here. It's not the prettiest forest I've seen, but it is awfully pretty though. I took a picture a while ago of that pond. It was really pretty. I was hoping to possibly see a moose, but I've just not seen one yet. I've seen lots and lots and lots of moose scat. So much so that sometimes I can walk through the forest and that's all I smell is moose poop. And one day, Splash and I were walking along and we heard something big moving off out in the woods, and a big tree or limb or something snapped. And I really suspected it was probably a moose, but the best chance of seeing a moose I know from experience is around these ponds, but didn't get to see one. It is very serene out here, and you know, the birds are singing. I don't know if you can hear them in the video. They're not real close, so you may not be able to, but I love hearing the birds sing. The sun is shining, as you can probably tell, so it's a pretty nice day today. I think there's a chance of afternoon thunderstorms, maybe around 3 o'clock or so, and hopefully we will be at our campsites by then. We'll be tent camping tonight, so if it rains, our tents will get wet again, but that's okay. Hopefully they'll dry out some overnight. Of course, things don't dry much at night. I guess the humidity is just so high that nothing much dries. But okay, I have said about all I got on here to say this time, so I will stop again and maybe take some more pictures later. I didn't actually capture this video, Splash did, but it is of some mink that were playing around. It was like a family of them. They're cute as can be.